Mm-hmm.
Online classes. Welcome, show. If everybody can hear us and see us, type 1. Got trouble. You don't need the 1, type 2.
Good. All right. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Shabbat Thumb. Yahweh Shemal Thumb Hashem Shah. Priest and officer of 1,000 Yadayim. Priest and officer of 1,000 Malakia. Let me hold it down for the Feast of Tabernacles. I mean, these high holy days of the Most High are especially important. All phones on mute, Bubba Shaw. Understand this, man. These high holy days are important because these are the feast days. These are the high holy days that the Lord ordained for our people, man.
Right.
And what we got to realize, Malachi, like you brought up a week ago, we're in the season of the high holy days. Everybody in the world is so worried about Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and all of them are an abomination to our God, our power, man. These are the days that the Lord wants us to observe, man. Whether if you online, you know what I mean, tuning online, if you can get into your zone and actually get in class, that'd be perfect. Now, if I could, Brady Malachi, you want to say something?
No, we good. We can call up.
All right. Only men up here. I'm Margin.
Shbar Zaki, Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Shbar Zaki, Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah.
La Yashrala, which means to Israel.
All right. Admajim, which means to stand. Upon walk with those, we turn and face the east. We're going to send up these prayers, and we pray we lift up our holy hands. You got them, Malaki.
We're going to pray to the east. We're going to pray in the Hebrew, and we're going to translate it to the English. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. So I'm going to get that.
Yeah, let's get that real quick. Sure. We'll get it up, man. Real quick before we send this prayer.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Quadash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Taba'ah. Watazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawok. Hayah. Bashamayim. Thundernow. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalakana. Kabawakana. Kasalakana. Kabawakana. Wala'ah. Tabi'ayna. Bonasaya 1. Abol. Awashayana. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wala'ala. Ratapara. We said in the English was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kushah. The thunder now. Haka. Haka. La Baal. Makal Makala. Makal Manawa. Haka. La Tahor. Amatazariah. Haka. Rahaku. Amathi. Haka. Al-Rakawa. Amatala Allah. Garshun. Ba'ashim Yahushua. What we said in the English was Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Maybe Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal
Power to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease.
all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Maybe Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wayasha
Wayasha Allah. Wahabaya. Sopari.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Waraman.
So what what we said in the English was Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Maybe Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Maybe Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wamayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa
Alahaya.
Tazabayah.
Matazabaya. Alawap Yahan. Alawapia. Asaranya. Akwat Zayaya. Akahayaya. Rahawafia. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. What we said in the English was, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
And Jerusalem.
The generals.
Generals.
The captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Maybe Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahari.
Ahahari.
Mahayan.
Mahayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Izaria.
Izaria. Izaria. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemaiah. Ba'arataza. Al-Yathan. Namawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yayishun. Shawamar. Yasha'al. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Ya. Yunyamka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'a. Yakaika. Mayarak. Halayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Kalrak. Yashamar. Apnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Kazahaka. Abuaka. Maitha. Aida Walon. What we said in the English was, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From
Whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help coming from the Lord.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will
Not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
From all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Dalayamaka.
Al-Dakarash.
Al-Dakarash.
Al-Dashakwat.
Al-Dashakwat.
Al. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Al-Yabika.
Al-Yabika.
Yahamud.
Yahamud.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Ya'irayamwa.
Ya'irayamwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Ya'ayatazawah.
Ayatazawah.
Al-Tazakawanyaka.
Al-Tazawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Akawa.
Akawa.
Wanakakia.
Wanakakia.
Regalia.
Regalia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yashakar.
Shem Yashal.
Shem Yashal.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'ayatazawah.
Ayatazawah.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakhadwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Baryah.
Baryah.
Yakarakwa.
Yakarakwa.
Ahalia.
Ahalia.
Adawam.
Alawam.
Wayashemai.
Wayashemai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Awa'aba.
Awa'aba.
Wahagari.
Wahagori.
Gobal.
Gobal.
Wa'aimawan.
Aimawan.
Wa'aimalak.
Aimalak.
Kalashah.
Kalashah.
I'm Yeshabi.
I'm Yeshabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamashawar.
Damashawar.
Nalawa.
Alawat.
Aimam.
Aiman.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zarawat.
Zarawat.
Lapanyalawat.
Lapanyalawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kasayat.
Kasayat.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan.
Manakal.
Manakal.
Koyashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashanadwa.
Mahayan.
Mahayan.
Da'ara.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Ayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Ladab.
Radad.
Shayatam.
Shayatamwa.
Nalayabo.
Nawayabo.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakazabah.
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 Wakatazalmanah.
Wakatazalmanah.
Kalnasiyakam.
Kalnasiyakamba.
Ashur.
Ashur.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarashah.
Nairashah.
Nanawa.
Yanawat.
Ah. Nawa.
Nadwa.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagalgala.
Kagalgala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Apanyaraka.
Panyaraka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Shaba Ira Yaira.
Taba Ira Yaira.
Wakalabah.
Wakalabah.
Kalahat.
Kalahat.
Ariyam.
Ariyam.
Khan.
Khan.
Dabadab.
Ardab.
Wasa Irika.
Wasa Irika.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapafka.
Wapafka.
Labahalum.
Abahalum.
Ala'ah.
Allah.
Hunyam.
Hunyam.
Walawan.
Walawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shemka.
Shamka.
Yahau.
Yahau.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahalu.
Wayabahalu.
Ideai.
Ideai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakapara.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Shemka.
Shamka.
Yahau.
Yahau.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
Al-Karatazah.
Al-Kaharatazah. What we said in the English was, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
At the name of Israel,
In the name of Israel,
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
But they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal
Baal,
and Ammon and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also have joined with them.
Assure us also join with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah.
do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb
Make the nobles like a ram,
and like Zeb.
like Zidane,
Yea, all their princes
all their princes,
as Zabah
as a
and as Zamuna,
as Amuna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flames set up the mountains on fire.
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy temper,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put put to shame,
and perish,
perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sorry. You beat it.
Son of Christ. Allah, I'm too wild. Too wild right now. Come on, you got it. All right. We're going to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter in the Hebrew. We'll start in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. I'll take the first seven. Oh, I'll take it. Take a little Hebrew in. Unless you want it, I mean. Yeah. All right, no sign of Christ. Let me get there. But I buy it, call I buy it up, as a matter of fact.
You coming around?
Yeah, I buy it, call I buy it up. Come. We'll call him up after we read this up. Shalom, y'all watching my truck. All right, we're in Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. Wayad Dabar, Yahweh, Al Mashah, La Amar. Verse 2. Dabar, Al Banya, Salaki, Dasha Allah, Wa Matham, Salaki, Alaham, Mawa Ya, Yahweh, Ashar, Thakra'ah, Wa, Atham, Makra'ah, Ya, Kodash, Alaham, Alaham, Salaki, Mawa Da'idya, verse 3. Bear with me. 1 second. Shashatha, Yum Yum, Thasha, Malaka, Saki Malaka, Waba Wam, Hashabath, Ya, Shabath, 1, Makwa'ah, Kodash, Kal, Malaka, La'ah, Tha'ashwa, Shabath, Hawa'ah, La Yahweh, Makol, Mawa Shabath Yakum, verse 4. Bear with me. Salaki. Allah, Mawa'id, Yahweh, Makwa'ath, Kodash, Ashar, Thakra'ath, Atham, Bama Wadam, verse 5. Bakadash, Hara Shawan, Ba'afpa, Aishar, Lakadash, Bawam, Hara Shalaki, Hara Wakai, Harabium, the water breeze. Basak, La Yahweh. I get some glasses. Baka, Salaki. Wabaka, Masha, Aishar. Yawam, La Kadash. Hazaha, Kag, Hamataza Wath, La Yahweh, Shabath, Yum Yum, Mataza Wath, Alakal, verse 7. Ayawam, Ara'ash, Shwan, Makwa, Makwa'a, Kwadash, Yahai, Lakam, Kal, Mataza, Malaka, Ibida, La'a, Tha'ashwa. The end of the verse 7.
I'll take this up in English.
For what?
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1 in English. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
These are the feast days of the Most High. You know what I mean? The Passover, the Sabbath, the feast, you know what I mean? The Feast of First Fruits, the more of the blowing of the trumpets, you know what I mean? The Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles. Read on.
Sorry, from you, sir.
Go ahead.
And this is where we get all of the high holy days from. It's not in Leviticus 23rd chapter, and we don't partake in it. Everybody doing the Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas is not inside the chapter, so we don't do it. Like how Moses said, these are the feasts of the Lord. You know, there's no other feasts inside of the face of this earth that we are allowed to celebrate. It would be a sin. So
right. Oh, sweat. Go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest.
The seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. But you got to understand, man, which is so heavy about it. We break this down all the time too, Malakia. You know what I mean? The Sabbath was made for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? For us to have rest. And just to let everybody know, just to clear the air, you can cook on the Sabbath.
Right.
You can light your stove on the Sabbath. You can cut the oven on. God forbid, if you're somewhere and you need an elevator, you know, you're in an elevator, you can press the up, you know what I mean? Press that 2, press that 3. You whatever floor you got to get to.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't got to do what the so-called Jewish man does and what our brothers and sisters that's going off in the world do. I mean, the Sabbath was made for us. Read on.
And holy convocation, ye shall do no work therein.
Shall do no work therein. Now, understand this too. Because we are in captivity and the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, it is damn near impossible to get Saturday off. Like a lot of us know, a lot of y'all know too, some of us slave 6 and 7 days a week. Like if it was up to Esau, we would have no day off. But the Lord said, man, the 7th day, you know what I mean, would be a day of rest. There should be no servile work. And understand this too. When it says no servile work, if you can get off on the Sabbath, you know what I mean, do it. Right. But here's the thing, it's not going to be held against you because first of all, what you go to, you know what I mean, Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday is not, you know what I mean, what you be considered servile work because first of all, we're not the ones in charge. We're not the ones running the business. If we were running the businesses, if we were in our kingdom, guess what? We would give everybody off because we're required to because the Lord said so. So understand this, because Esau is such the devil that the Bible speaks of, man, it's not going to be held against you if you go, you know what I mean, to go to work on Saturday. If you got to go to work on Saturday, go ahead. You got to get that OT, do what you got to do. And understand this, man, also to reiterate with the no servile work, because a lot of people don't understand it. Like I've heard brothers say, well, you know what I mean? Well, if you go out there and you gather sticks, you would have got stoned. Right. I'm like, that brother was gathering and working and making others work. That's why he was stoned by the Lord, man. Right. Ain't nothing wrong with you going out there and, you know what I mean, and going to see a movie, going to go, you know, go to work, do whatever. Feed them kids as well. Right. You got to stop eating them cold turkey and cheese sandwiches, man. Throw something on that grill, throw something, you know what I mean, on that stove. It's all right. And it goes to show you, what's that precept, Malaki? I'm thinking it's on the tip of my tongue. It's going to kill us. Bear with me. I'll get to it. But y'all get the gist of it, right? Y'all get the point. Understand this. Let's keep going, Malaki. Go ahead.
Also, the Lord also said it's a holy convocation, which means it's a holy gathering.
Right.
Sabbath. You can make it down to the school for the Sabbath service. You should do so. They say it right here in verse 3. We don't
keep going.
It is the Sabbath of the Lord.
Man, it hit me. What Christ said, you know what I mean, is it unlawful to do, paraphrasing, it's unlawful to do good on the Sabbath? Right. You know what I mean? I believe it also in that precept is like if you got, you know what I mean, your beast, and it's, you know what I mean, and it's towing, it's carrying stuff, and it falls into a ditch, you know what I mean, technically, and you're crazy, you know what I mean, get its mind following after the oppressor, you got to let your cow, you got to let your donkey, let your beast just die. No. Of course you're going to save your beast. Of course you're going to do good on the Sabbath, and that's why your pastor and your imam is so evil. So like, keep going. That just would kill me if I couldn't find that precept.
Like the donkey, falling into a ditch.
Mm-hmm.
That would be equivalent to you being on the highway and your car break down.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just gonna walk home. You're gonna pick up your phone. You're gonna call somebody. You're gonna start doing stuff that you usually wouldn't do. It wouldn't make sense to be stranded on 95, 100-degree weather, 25 miles away from home. You're not gonna just walk home. You're gonna get a jump. You're gonna go in your trunk. You're gonna do what you gotta do because that's just practical.
Right.
So,
keep going.
Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done. Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which he shall proclaim in their seasons. And the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
Is the Lord's Passover. Got to understand this. The first month is the month of Abib. That is the Lord's Passover, man. And that's when the Lord passed over us, man. Passed over us. You know what I mean? And smote and killed the firstborn of all the Egyptians, man. The Africans, Matazarium in the Hebrew. So that notion that God loves everybody, Shabar, is a damn lie.
Right.
Because if God loved everybody, why was the Egyptians oppressing us? You know what I mean? Why was they, you know what I mean, causing so much pain? Like the pain and suffering we suffering here in America is equivalent to what we went through in Babylon and Syria. But it started in Egypt. And it goes to show you, man, what our God can do. Like our God got them Egyptians up out of here and made us remember. You know what I mean? It is a glorious thing, man. It's a glorious thing. Read on. And guess what? The Passover, the first month of Abib, right? The oppressor will have us believe that the beginning of the year is in the dead of winter, in January, December. Come on now. The beginning, you know what I mean, of the seasons is Abib, and that's in the springtime. Read on.
Come on. So I did. Verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread.
The feast of unleavened bread, man. The feast of unleavened bread. Keep going.
Come unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
7 days we had to eat unleavened bread. You know why we had to eat unleavened bread? Because when the Lord smote the firstborn of the Egyptians, and we brought this out last time, Malaki, it was goes to show you that we are those people, man. We are the Israelites of antiquity. Like when I was reading this, like I was like, God damn.
Right.
Because when the Lord smote the firstborn of the Egyptians, all them Africans was crying because all their firstborn, everything was dead. Moses, just imagine Moses coming back down and saying, yo, niggas, we out.
Right.
That's exactly what is equivalent. Like we out. We don't even got time to let the bread rise. Like we had to eat the bread, you know what I mean, as it was. And the Lord is making us remember that, man. 7 days you have to eat unleavened bread because we was in much haste getting up out of Egypt. Because listen, man, what we got to understand, man, and what makes this so heavy, we have to commit to this. Like we have to commit, you know what I mean, ourselves to the Most High and keep these high holy days, man, and keep the Passover, the Sabbath, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Because in the world, we kept Halloween.
Right.
We kept Halloween. Like there was never a Halloween when you was in the world where your kids did not get candy.
Right.
Well, you got to make sure, man, like now that you in this truth, that you always going to observe, you know what I mean, for the rest of your life. And when you rise again, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, man, the Passover. Because everybody that's getting ready to celebrate Halloween now, Malaki. Right. Brother told me they about to start lacing fentanyl in the candy. You can let your kids go trick or treat if you want to.
Right.
You can let them go trick or treat if you want to. You know what I mean? The children here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge will serve the Lord. I pray you understand that.
Right.
Let's keep going.
Sir.
Go ahead.
And just to reiterate, we reading about our feast days. And we just read about the Passover. It has meaning. It is making us recall when the Lord came to our rescue. And every feast day that we're going to read about is about, remembering what the Most High did. That's what every feast day is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about brotherhood. Meanwhile, in America, every holiday is about you receiving something. This is about you. It don't got nothing to do with the Most High.
Right.
And that's like completely opposed to what the Most High want us to serve and want us to do. You understand? Every holiday has nothing to do with the Most High. You know, Thanksgiving, that don't have nothing to do with the Most High. Christmas, nothing to do with Christ. Valentine's Day, Easter, it don't got nothing to do. It's mainly either getting gifts or it's about kids. It got nothing to do with the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? These are all the days that the Most High want us to celebrate, and it has meaning behind it. Like how Officer Yadiah just broke down the meaning behind Passover and why we do it every year. And why do people do Halloween? Just for the kids to have fun? What's the meaning behind it? What's the origin?
Right.
Some Greek, Roman mythology, some fairy tale that was made up. It don't have no meaning. Somebody just woke up one day and made it up.
Right.
And so there's no meaning behind it. That's the same thing with every holiday. But our high holy days is something that we should do with gladness, and we should be eager to take part in. So why make sure?
No sweat. What Officer Malaki is saying is heavy, man. And that's why we have to keep them. Like we kept, like I was saying earlier, man, like the Lord is commanding us to keep this for the rest of our days.
Right.
And the sad thing is, especially if you're young coming into the truth, it's going to be a fight. Your mama and your auntie and your uncle and your father are going to call you on Thanksgiving. They're going to call you on Christmas. They're going to tell you you are in a cult because you don't want to celebrate some satanic holiday. You got to make that decision, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Are you going to serve the Most High? Or are you going to continue to serve Satan along with our brothers and sisters in the world? Let's keep going.
That was in the 7.
That was the end of 7?
No, so like, verse 7. And the first day you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no sort of our work therein.
Mm-hmm. I'm called right, bud. Only minute here, Margin. Stage your registry, warrior.
Kabukan. Abahaya, Ban Bunyami, Ban Yasharala.
Ibahaya, Bun Bunyamyan, Bun Yashala.
Yahba Shimya Shabakatam.
Yahweh Shema Shah Rakatah.
You come up.
The Hebrew Malaki, or you gonna lie about it?
I'm about to take it.
You gotta work. Who I appreciate you.
This is Leviticus chapter 23, and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Waha Korab Thum Asha La Yahweh Shaba'ith Yamayam Bayawam Ha Shaba Ya'aya Makwa Ra'a Kodash Ka Mala Akta I Bada La'a the Aishawa. Verse 9. Waya Debar Yahweh Masha La Amar. Verse 10. Debar Al Banya Yasharala Wa Amara Al Laham Kaya Taba Awa Al Ha Araktaza Ashar Anya Nathan Lakam Wakwa Tazartham Kwa Taza Yura Wahaba Atham Imar Ra Ash Ya Kwa Taza Yarkam Al Ha Kahan. Verse 11. Waha Nayak Ha Imar La Pan Ya Yahweh La Ra Tazan Kam Mama Khara Ha Shabbat Yana Ya Saki Yana Ya
Nawa.
Mhm.
Ha Kahan, verse 12.
Mhm.
Wa Aisha Yatham,
Mhm.
Ba Yawam, Ha Na Yakam, Af, Ha Imar, Kabash, Thamayam, Bun, Sha Nanwa, Shanafwa,
Mhm.
La Yahweh.
Mhm.
Verse 13. Wa ma Nakhathwa, Shanya, I Sharanyam,
Mhm.
Salah, Ba La Yala, Ba Shaman, Aisha, La Yahweh, Ra Yak, Na Yakak, Wa Na Sakam, Yayan, Ra Ba Ya'ai, Ha Hayan. Verse 14. Kavka. Wala Kham, Wa Kwal Ya, Wa Karamal, La'a, the Akawa, I Tazam, Ha Yawam, Haza, I Haba Ya Akam, Af, Kwa Rab, Kwa Raban, Allahayakam, Ha Quath, I Walam, La Da Rath Yakam, Bakal, Ma Shabbath Yakam.
Mhm.
That's in the verse 14.
Sound correct? We're taking that in English.
Okay. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord
Mhm.
7 days. And the seventh day is an holy convocation.
Mhm.
Ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 10, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, ye shall reap the harvest thereof.
Mhm.
Then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest.
Of the what?
Of your harvest.
Of the first fruits of your harvest. Now, this is talking about the feast of first fruits. Like when we came into our land, man, which was heavy. I mean, the Lord commanded us to bring the first of our harvest, man, the feast of the first fruits. And understand this too, and that's another thing Israel need to understand, Malaki. First off, and I got to touch on it. Corn is not tithes.
Right.
Apples and greens is not tithes. You know what I mean? Your first fruits, you know what I mean? The Lord is hitting you where it hurts. And the reason why you battle against that and why you don't want to give it up is because you're selfish. Because at the end of the day, a lot of our people want to serve themselves, and it's an easy thing to do that. But when the Lord commands you, you know what I mean, to keep, you know what I mean, the first fruit, the feast of the first fruits, I mean, the first fruits of your harvest, that's, you know what I mean, normally your best, you know what I mean, Malaki. Like, you don't want to give that up. Like, goddamn. Like, go ahead, I keep going unless Malaki, you want to chime in. Go ahead.
Unto the priest.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. And he shall wave the sheep before the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
to be accepted for you. On the morrow, after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheep of an he lamb without blemish.
What is the he lamb without blemish? The he lamb without blemish is your best lamb, your money maker.
Right.
Not the deformed lamb, you know what I mean, with 3 legs, you know what I mean, and 4 eyeballs. Not that. Your best lamb, you know what I mean, your most healthy one, the best one that you got. That's what the Lord wants.
Right.
And we are required to give the Lord our best. Like, you know what you look like, you know what I mean, when you shortchange the Most High. That's why, you know what I mean, when you read, you know what I mean, the Malachi and numbers about them tithes, you know what I mean, well, it says, will a man rob God? You know, they do it.
Right.
Creflo Dollar sure did. I mean, almost what, almost $2 to $5 million, you know what I mean, Malachi? bought a plane and did admit it that the UPK was right and he was wrong, did he give that money back? No, he did not. Means you got to give up your best, man. Got to give it up. And here's the thing, right? With a key land without blemish, you're blessed. The question is, man, like the deeper question that we have to ask. You know what I mean? You know what I want, right? It's better to obey. Come with me. Let me get that bubble for sure. You think the Most High? That's the question I got to ask the class and anybody online that's willing to respond. Do you think the Most High takes joy? You know what I mean? And taking, you know what I mean, our sacrifices that we was giving up before Christ. Like if you messed up, no. Oh, and Ibad's gonna get the precept. You know what it'd be better? You know what would be way better than having to give up, you know what I mean, your best, that it just happened to keep hurting, you know what I mean, for your best every time you mess up. You know what you got what I asked for, I thought? Not yet. It's in 1 Samuel. You know what I want, right? I'll tell you. Because a lot of our people have to learn the hard way. Like the Lord does not enjoy punishing us, Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. A lot of us are parents. Do you take joy in punishing your children? No. You look at their faces, no matter how old they get, you still look at them like, this is my baby, this is my child. But if your child disobeys you, if your child, you know what I mean, does something that's worth, you know what I mean, being punished, guess what? You have to correct and chastise and punish that child. Because if you don't, guess what? That child is going to grow up not respecting nobody. That child is going to grow up to be a monster. And that is what it's become of Israel, of our people. Right now, we are disobedient children. Disobedient children because we don't want to obey the Most High. But this is what the Lord said. Well, I'm going to get it for you, Ibad. Go ahead, Malak, you can chime in.
You looking for the
15 and 22, Ibad. Give me 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 22. We're going to come back to Leviticus 23 and verse 12.
Come. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 22. And Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings.
As the Lord have great delight in burnt offerings. Now, I mean, the context of this, Saul messed up. Saul was supposed to, what makes it so heavy, Saul was supposed to go out and kill the Amalekites, man, for what they done to our people. Amalek is the so-called Jew today, the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Saul was supposed to go out with the armies of Israel and wipe them out because Amalek, like the cowards they are, you know what I mean? You think the oppressor, you know what I mean, is Japheth or somebody or Ishmael, when the oppressor is Amalek, the so-called Jew. The oppressor is Ishar are the one, the devil that the Bible speaks of. The same way how that oppressor went into that top supermarket and murdered, you know what I mean, elderly Black men and women. The same way Dylan Roof did the same thing in that church, killing, you know what I mean, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian babies, men and women in that church that were defenseless. Amalek did something similar because it's in their history. Amalek came and attacked us, or our old and our sickly and our young were at the rear. They didn't want to take on Malachi. They didn't want to take on Ibad. Good night. No. They took on, you know what I mean, the weak amongst our people. Because Amalek, like the oppressor, like Esau, Ishar, has always been a coward. And Saul was supposed to get rid of them a long time ago. Now, and Samuel was cutting Saul. He's like, if the Lord have great delight in burnt offerings, read on.
And sacrifices.
And sacrifices. Let me tell you something else. It's a precept in Ezekiel too, Malachi. I'm going to pull it. Where the Lord is saying that all of the beasts of the field, all the beasts out there, all the lambs, all the cattle, all of that belongs to the Most High. All of it does. So what delight does the Lord have, you know what I mean, in our sacrifices? None. We're going to read on.
As in obeying the voice of the Lord.
As in what?
As in obeying the voice of the Lord.
As in obeying the voice of the Lord. Meaning it is better to obey the Most High the first time. Right. Because then you avoid the chastisement. Then you avoid, you know what I mean, the punishment. And that's what we have to understand as the Lord's chosen people. The Lord is saying, listen, man, Samuel was telling our people, man, that it's better to obey. Because if you obey, you don't got to worry about heat capping to come up to the priest. Like I know the Levitical priesthood back then, Malachi was sick and tired of us. Right. Coming up there, some of us every day, every other weekend, talking about, yes, sir. I messed up. I messed up. Wouldn't it be better to just obey? Wouldn't it be better, you know what I mean, to stop being a homosexual now,
Right.
stop being, you know what I mean, an evil, wicked bastard, stop selling drugs and using drugs, and to just obey? Read on. There anymore?
Okay. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
To what?
To obey is better than
To
sacrifice.
obey is better than sacrifice. Obeying the Most High is a lot better than sacrifice, man. We drop that. And that's what we got to do. It's better to obey the Most High.
Right.
Because if you don't obey the Lord, good night. That's what's going to happen to you. Oh, man. Oh, boy. You're going to fall in the hands of the Lord, and that's a rough one. That's a rough one, Malaki. Let's keep going. Go
Okay.
back to Leviticus.
This book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 12.
Go ahead.
And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheep and he lamb without blemish
Mm-hmm.
of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour,
Mm-hmm.
mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Hold up. You know what's crazy? You know what I just thought of? Did it say, you know what I mean, this was meat offerings mingled with flour and put on fire? Isn't this a Sabbath, Malachi?
Right.
Isn't this a Sabbath?
Right.
Y'all gotta come into the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana, because I'm convinced in that mosque and in that church and in that fake Israelite group, y'all just don't understand. It's
Right.
stupid. Because first off, and Ray, you just said it. You know what I mean? Meat offering mingled with flour. It sounds like they frying chicken, Malachi. That's what it sounds like they doing. That's what it sounds like. Frying chicken on a Sabbath day? Good night. It's a lock in. Keep reading.
An offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Offering made by fire unto the Lord. Man, we was out there frying, cooking, you know what I mean, doing what we supposed to do.
Right.
Glorious. Read on.
For a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine.
And the what?
And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine.
And the drink offering, because they also like to say, General Hyman and cut a few nuts on cross the line.
Right.
You know what I mean? A few disobedient children in the chat telling y'all be on the podium drinking. Still out here. Understand this. Can't drink. You know what I mean? A drink offering as well. Scriptures also. Go ahead, Malaki.
So we actually, it's a part of the Sabbath service to have wine up there.
Absolutely. We
It's not
supposed to
for
have
show.
the wine. Go ahead.
It's not for show. It's a part of the Sabbath service. Drink it.
Mhm.
Right.
You telling me it is a part? It's not for show. We have to drink wine on the Sabbath, on part of the Sabbath service. Hell, even when Christ came, the Son of Man, when Yahweh Shah was walking the earth, he liked wine. He came eating and drinking.
Right.
Salaki. Yahweh keep going.
The fourth part of an hin.
Mhm.
Verse 14. And ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn,
Mhm.
nor green ears, until the self-same day that ye have brought an offering unto your God.
Mhm.
It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations.
For a little bit.
It shall be a statute forever.
Forever. This is something that we have to keep forever, Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Keep going.
Throughout your generations.
Throughout your generations, man. I mean, we got to pass this on down, you know what I mean, to our children. You know what I mean? To the other brothers and sisters that's not in the truth yet. With that was the end of the 14.
A little bit more, sir.
A little bit more.
In all your dwellings.
In all your dwellings. In all our dwellings. Meaning this, man. When it says in all our dwellings, meaning wherever we are. Like I heard a sister tell me, well, you know, we can't really keep the feast days. We can't keep the high holy days because we in captivity. I'm like, well, how did we keep Passover?
Right.
How did we keep, you know what I mean, the Feast of First Fruits? Like most of the time when we was having these high holy days, we wasn't in Israel. We was in captivity.
Right.
We was in captivity for the most part. Even back then, when we was messing up, when these other nations was over us, we still kept these high holy days. So that's garbage too to say we can't do it. You just don't want to do it.
Right.
So like you want to call or you want to just take it?
Yeah, they can go to
Come, no sweat. All right. All right. No sweat. No sweat. Mhm. All right. You take the next 7, Malak.
I can take it.
Come.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 15. Wa sapar thumb, come Mama Karath, Ha-Shabath, Mayawan, Haba Yaakam, Af, Amar, Hama, Hatha, Hathun, Wapa, Shabai, Mabath, Waf, Mama Yamath, Maha Yana, verse 16. I, Mama Raf, Hashabath, Hashaba Ya'af, Masaparwa, Hamash Yam, Yawan, Waha Kwar, Bathum, Manacha, Hadasha, La Yahweh, verse 17. Mama Washab, Bach Yakum, Daba Ya'aw, Laham, Taban, Tanawapa, Shathayam, Shanya, Asharanium, Salath, Taha Yayana, Hamatza, Taha Payana, Bakawarium, La Yahweh, verse 18. Waha Kwar Bathum, Al Halahum, Shaba'af, Kabashium, Mam, Banya, Shana, Wahar, Ban, Ba'for, Ahad, Wa'ayalam, Shanyam, Yahayawa, Allah, Wa Yahweh, Wamanatham, Wana Yahum, Asha, Rayak, Yana, Naya Haka, La Yahweh, verse 19. Wa'ash Yatham, Sha'ayar, Zayam, Ahad, Lacha, Sa'af, Wa'ashanya, Kabashium, Banya, Shana, Zabak, Shalom, verse 20. Wahan, Yap, Hakahan, Thum, Al, Lacham, Haba, Kawarium, Thana, Wapa, Lapunya, Yahweh, Al, Shanya, Kabashian, Kodash, Yahayawa, La Yahweh, La Kahan, verse 21. Wakwar Athum, Ba'atazam, Hayawam, Haza, Makwara, Kodash, Hayaha, Lakam, Hal, Malakaf, Aibada, La'a, Ta'aishawa, Chakwaf, Iwalam, Bakal, Mawashab, Ta'yakum, Ladarath Yakum. So,
Most High Christ.
Leviticus 23, verse 21.
I believe so.
Chapter 21 will be up to
Yeah, we read 15 to 21.
Verse 15. And ye shall count unto you the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of a wave offering, 7 Sabbaths. 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the 7 Sabbaths, ye shall number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You shall bring out of your habitation 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits of the Lord. Verse 18. Ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with the meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 19. Then ye shall sacrifice one kid of the goat for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord. With 2 lambs they shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. Verse 21. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
Wow, all your dwellings and all your generations, man. Like all of these high holy days, man. Feast of first fruits, you know what I mean? The Sabbath, the Passover, all of our generations, this is what we have to keep. And it's a beautiful thing, man, because everybody out in the world right now is gearing up for what? Like, you know, Malaki, it really blows my mind, that there are going to be black people, like Tazalai, there's going to be they're going to be niggas out here cosplaying as Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween. They are going to be cosplaying as Dahmer for Halloween. And Dahmer was eating brothers. Dahmer was eating like Cap. Jeffrey Dahmer was eating our people, man, eating brothers, and they about to cosplay and dress up as him for Halloween. When you could be keeping the Feast of First Fruits. You could be keeping the Day of Atonement. You could be keeping, you know what I mean, the memorial of blowing of the trumpet and the Feast of Tabernacles, man. Like, this is why this is important, man, and why the Lord told us that we have to keep it throughout all of our generations. Because if we don't keep it throughout all of our generations, guess what? You're gonna be eating Halloween candy laced with fentanyl. You're gonna be over Jeffrey Dahmer's house. Why are you over Dahmer's house? I don't know. Come on, this way. Why you over Dahmer? Slow, we're a little crazy. Why you over there is beyond me. When you need to be up in the UPK, you need to be in this truth, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Because the thing is, man, what makes this a beautiful place to be. Like, this is where all of our people have to come to. Like, because here's the thing, where else are you going to go? In the Christian church, they're going to be having Halloween parties. In the Christian church, they're going to be having that big Thanksgiving dinner in the back of the church. They're going to be having Christmas parties and Christmas balls, man. Goes to show you, man, why the Lord is not in that place. Why the Most High is not in that Muslim mosque. Because it says that we're going to proclaim this throughout all of our generations for our people to keep. Not everybody, because if we don't keep them, you see the penalty. You see what's going to happen when we don't keep these high holy days, when we're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but we in bad shape. We in bad shape. Every time I turn on the news, Malaki, you know what I mean, it's some brother being shot, some sister being raped or molested. Just here in Philadelphia, you can imagine what's going on everywhere else in the States, man. That's why it's important, man, to understand that this was meant to be kept throughout all of our dwellings, throughout all of our generations. Keep going.
21, sir.
That was in 21? What? Right, no, you want to call him a call? Oh, okay, all right. All right, this man up here, Maji. All right. Ashtawat. State your registry, Chris.
Ashtawat, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasha'Allah.
Ashtawat, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasha'Allah. Yabashim Asharakatha. It's all good. Yeah, come on up, Ash. You been up there. Been a minute since Ashtawak been up here, man. Just to boast my brother up a little bit, and I'll stand by this. Ashtawak make the best brisket in all of Israel. I'm willing to test Ashtawak brisket against any brother down south, any brother in the West Coast, any brother anywhere. I'm just saying. Ashtawak brisket, listen, I stand by it. It's a lot. It's a lot. Just saying. Make sure I get a couple pieces. All right. How you with that? How you with that Hebrew, Ashtawak? Good. You want to take it again, more? Speed. Go ahead. You got it.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22. Wa ba Quatazar Rakum, Af Quatazar Yara, Ara Tazakum, La Takala, Pa'af,
In the car.
Shadak, Ba Quatazarak, Wala War, Quatazar Yarak, La Dala Quat, La Anya, Wala Gar, Ta'izah, Atham, Anya, Yahweh, Alahayakum, verse 23. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al Mashallah, La'amor, verse 24. Dabar, Al Banya, Yashala, La'amor, Ba'adash, Hashav, Ya'aya, Ba'achad, La'chadash, Yahaya, La'kam, Shaba, the one, Zakar, the one, Dara, Wa'a, Makwara, Kodash. Kodash, verse 25. Kal, Mala'aka, I, Bada, La'a, Ta'aishawa, Waha, Kwar, Batham, Asha, La Yahweh, verse 26. Waya Debar, Yahweh, Al Masha, La Amor, 27. Ak, Ba'ashwar, La Chadash, Hashab, Ya'aya, Haza, Wa Yawam, Hakaparium, Hawa'a, Ma Kwara'a, Kodash, Yahaya, Lakam, Wa Anyatam, Af, Napash, Dayakum, Wahakwar, Batham, Asha, La Yahweh, verse 28. Wakal, Mala Akaf, La'a, Ta'ashwa, Ba'aitazam, Hayawam, Mazah, Kaya, Yawam, Kaparyam, Hawa'a, La Kapar, Ilayam, La Panya, Yahweh, Alahayam. And the subject.
Most High Christ. You got it, Rusty Welcome too. In the English.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 22. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field.
Why is the Lord saying not make clean riddance of the of the corners of thy field? Why is the Lord saying that? Go ahead, Nicole.
Well, one, really big on unity, family, brotherhood, sisterhood. So, not to harvest like the outside of where you planting that. It's for like a traveler, a traveler or a brother or a sister that might not have that much to be able to gather like the grapes that's outside of the vineyard.
Most High Christ, man. In the car hand. Right. I was heavy about that, man. And he hit the key he hit the nail on the head. It's brotherhood. Meaning if you're a farmer, man, and you got, you're going out there to reap your harvest, them grapes and them bananas and them apples that fell, don't be a selfish monster, and pick them all up and bring them out. Lead them out there for a brother or sister, that's passing through that may be hungry, man. Which goes to show you the Lord set this up, man, which is so amazing, Ashtawa, that we have to be brotherly and sisterly with one another. Like this Bible, you know what this also solves, man? It means, man, there should be no hungry amongst Israel. Right. Because of that brotherhood, man, that the Most High, bestowed upon us, man, and that sisterhood, we make sure that our people eat. We make sure that our people eat. Go ahead, keep reading, Ashtawa.
It says, make clean riddance the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any gleaming of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God.
And to the stranger. The stranger in this context, is talking about our people. Other blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women that just so happen to be passing through. Keep going.
It says, so like, I can say something.
Go ahead.
If I could, real quick too, with this stranger part. You know what I'm saying? We see like what our ancient culture was like when it says you should entertain your stranger. You know what I'm saying? But we got a culture today where, you know what I'm saying, we go from city to city and from place to place, and we beef with each other because we from different places. Meanwhile, we all the same people, man.
Right.
You understand? So it's real heavy to see this brotherhood coming up out the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and just realize, like, just because somebody from somewhere else, they speak different, they from the South, you from the North, you from a different part of Philly, New York versus Philly or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all nonsense, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's something you leave food outside for them brothers when they come into your city, man. So they feel welcome when they come there. That's it.
Most High Christ, man, what ISUPK is saying is heavy. And that's what we are required to do, to look after one another. Because guess what? We did that back then. We did that. We was brotherly and we was sisterly with one another, man. And that's what we have to get back to. Keep going.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets.
A memorial of what?
Blowing of trumpets.
A memorial of blowing of trumpets, man. And what's heavy about this, man, about the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, why is this high holy day so important? The memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. I'll tell you why. When Moses, you know what I mean, when Moses was leading our people in the wilderness, man, and they started we started to question Moses. You know what I mean? And they was asking, like, can we speak with the Most High? Like, can we talk to the Most High? Why it got to be you? But then when the Most High came and the clouds and that thunder, Israel was like, they was like, Shalakia, sir, Shalakia out of word. You can go up there and talk to the Most High. That's the first time, man, you know, when them trumpets was blowing, man, when the Most High came to community speak with Moses. Right. And then also, of course, when we would go out to war, when we'd have to warn the people, man, and blow the trumpets, you know what I mean, when Israel, you know what I mean, was getting ready to do battle, you know what I mean, with a different nation, you know what I mean, or when danger came. That's what makes it so heavy, man. Like, you need, and fake Israelites kill me with this. Tell me, oh, I'm a watchman. How the hell are you a watchman? Because when the danger came, you rolled, you left. You know what I mean? Like Christ said in John the 10th chapter. You know what I mean? You're a hireling. You don't realize you're not the shepherd. Christ is the good shepherd. You know what I mean? Christ, you know what I mean? Our King is that good shepherd. And which makes it so heavy, man. Which makes it so heavy, and why the Most High had to send his prophets back in 1969 at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We are that priesthood of the Most High. Right. And that's why it's important, man, that we teach, you know what I mean, Blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women about our identity, about our culture, and about these high holy days, man. You don't warn the people in the Christian church, in the Muslim mosque, or in a fake Israelite group. You wouldn't blow the trumpet. You wouldn't. You would drop that trumpet and you would skedaddle. You'd be out. Right. We blowing on trumpets, man. We go to war each and every day. I pray you understand that. Keep going, Ashtawa.
It says in holy convocation, verse 25, ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you. And ye shall afflict your souls in offerings made by fire unto the Lord.
Listen, what is heavy about this, man, verse 27? Yeah. This is the day of atonement, man. Now, verse 27. Yeah. The day of atonement, right? It's all right. How many of y'all struggle with the day of atonement? Y'all can tell me. I ain't gonna tell nobody. ISUPK was thinking about that brisket he was gonna make today. That's why he was struggling for the day of atonement. Listen, man, Black man, Latino man, First Nation man, it was makes the day of atonement so heavy, man. You are atoning for everything that you did or might have did, a mistake you might have made, man. Because what you got to realize is that they try to steal this, you know what I mean, in that Muslim mosque. You know what I mean? You seen Habibi and Muhammad and them. They be out there, since y'all done seen them out there talking about what's going on with you, man. Ishmael, what's up with you? Oh, I'm fasting, brother. I'm like, you all right? Inshallah. If it be the will of God, I'll be all right. Just looking decrepit and dusty, lips chapped like they getting ready to die. Meanwhile, we went out there, Day of Atonement, didn't tell a soul and soldiered it all day. I mean, give yourselves a hand, man, if you did that Day of Atonement, man. You know what I mean? Didn't falter and didn't waver. Because Christ said when we fast, man, we go out there, we ain't even supposed to give the appearance that we fasted. We got to go about our day regular. Like it ain't nothing going on. And that's what makes it so heavy, man, because if you do that, the Lord, you know what I mean, will reward you openly. Go ahead, Nicole.
And if I could, like the Day of Atonement, that is goes to show you more proof. Like the Christian church is totally spreading lies on the Bible, because the Christian church, you'll hear, we all fall short. Nobody perfect. No, it's like you have to have discipline. You gotta have determination. You gotta have, like, we loyal to people in the world. We won't snitch or none of that. Crash out. But when it comes to the Lord, it's like from the Christian church standpoint, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like in that Day of Atonement, you really gotta show your allegiance and your loyalty to the Lord.
Most High Christ, man. When the car is saying it's heavy, you got to show the Most High. Like in that Christian church, man, like which blows my mind, Ashtawat. You know what I mean? You can just, and which makes it so easy and wild, why we should know the Lord is not in that Christian church or that Muslim mosque. You mean to tell me you can be the most wickedest nigga all throughout the week? You can be the whore you want to be, but all you got to do is go to the church on Sunday and pay your tithes and everything is forgiven, everything is all right? No, that is not how it works, man. You got to endure. Like if I could, Ashtawa, give me that precept in Timothy. I believe it's 2 Timothy. Bear with me. Because this is what we got to do as the Lord's chosen people, man. Go ahead, Ash.
If I could too, you know what I'm saying, about what Nicole was bringing out about the Christian church so heavy. I remember me and his brother, you know what I'm saying, I went to school with, we was having a discussion about the Bible, and I was breaking down to him the Israelite point of view. And he was saying, like, he a Christian, he know he's not allowed to sin, and it's at the third, but I'm like, the rest of the Bible got to go with it, or the rest of like what we talking about. So you're not really ever gonna be in the truth unless you come from this perspective. So he posted something that said, you can't be an active homosexual and worship God at the same time, and all the Christian people start arguing with him about it. And I just went on there like, I told you, like, the Christian church teaches you to not, you know what I'm saying, like try to repent for your sins. Like you trying to tell them it say repent, it do say repent, but they don't teach that in the Christian church. So the Christians argue with the brother. They all Christians, but he think that you're not supposed to sin, but we gonna do it anyway. And they think that you can't judge them for sinning anyway, saying they can't worship God and be homosexual. So that's the confusion. Like we got a Day of Atonement. We got these laws, statutes, and commandments. We know we still gonna get punished if we sin according to Christ. You understand?
I get this one precept up before we call you up, sir. If you want to take it, sir. I just get this one precept out. Because what Ashtawak was saying is so heavy, what the car was bringing up was just so heavy. I just got to get this precept up. Go ahead.
There's a book of 2 Timothy, verse 2 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
It says, thou therefore endure hardness.
Endure what?
Hardness.
Endure hardness. First of all, when you come up in this truth, let me just get this out in the open. Shalom, sir. Y'all watching Got a superstar in the school right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Understand this. The Lord said, you got to endure what?
Endure hardness.
If somebody told you coming into the truth was going to be easy and rose pellets, they lied to you. This truth is going to get rough.
Right.
That's why the Lord said that we have to endure hardness. Because you're choosing to serve the Most High and do what our King said to do, and to go out there and wake our brothers and sisters up, you have to endure hardness. It's not going to get easy. Your mommy and your daddy is going to tell you that you want to call. Your father might throw a Quran at you because he wanted you to be a Muslim, and you said, "No, Dad, I'm gonna serve the Lord." That's what my father did to me. I told my dad I was gonna serve the Most High Yahweh. My brother threw this Quran at me. I said, "God, Dad, that was a long walk to the school." And lo and behold, afterwards, when he settled down, he called me and told me, man, that I was in the right place. I mean, that I was doing the right thing. You got to endure hardness, man. You might have family members that might roll on you. You're going to have day one friends, day one niggas off of Samarah that you thought was going to be down with you and die with you. They're going to turn their back on you because you are deciding to endure that hardness, you know what I mean, for our God and our King. Read on.
It says, as a good soldier of Jesus Christ.
As a what?
Good soldier of Jesus Christ.
As a good soldier of Jesus Christ. You got to be a good soldier for our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Why? Because he deserved it, man. Our King died so we can have the opportunity, man, to come back into this truth so we can even know what these high holy days are. if you even know, and it's something that the general said that was so heavy, man, the commander general said, if you know any Hebrew word, if you know your tribe, you owe that to our king, man.
Right.
Because you would have never known if our king did not give up his life so we can change our lives. The least we can do as brothers is be that good soldier, man, and endure this hardness. Sisters, you don't got to be a soldier, but you got to walk too. You got to endure hardness as well, man. You got to commit yourself, you know what I mean, to that righteous man of God that you chose to lay with and be his wife. You know what I mean? You got to be that righteous sister, man, and serve the Most High, wrapping your hair, dressing modestly, man. Being an example to other sisters and showing them that you don't have to be the whore that the white man wants you to be.
Right.
No, you got to be that sister that the Most High Yahweh designed you to be. You got to be that strong brother, to be that strong soldier, black man, Latino man, First Nation man that our king wants us to be and commands us to be. But with that being said, I'd Admaji, recent officer of 5,000 Marah, take it. Push this.
Marab ban Yahawada ban Yashala.
Marah, ban Yahawada, ban Yashala.
Yahweh Shimon Al-Shabbat.
Yahweh ba Shem Yah Shah Barakatah.
I was walking back in the middle.
We got left off at Malak.
We at verse 28, I believe, no, 29.
29. All right, get a brother's a hand. Give the Akim a hand. Big shout out to everybody that's here tonight. You know what I mean? Give yourself a hand, of course. Got to. Listen, I don't know if y'all know this. Philly is crazy, man. Philly is real crazy right now. Wanna know why Philly is crazy? Because we ain't got no love for each other, man.
Right.
The small amount of love that we do have for each other, it doesn't compare to how much we get mad at each other, how quickly we are to react to the things that happen to us. You know what I mean? Don't you know on 52nd Street, right? I was on 52nd Street doing my slavery. 2 cars behind me, somebody got shot up. Like I could smell the gunpowder. That's how close it was. I seen the flashes from the gun, you know, when it go off, right? So I'm like, damn. But I kept rolling like, damn, ain't nothing, like, you know, I ain't hit her, you know. But it was crazy because even though I wasn't hit, it still affected me because I'm like, damn, man, what if I got killed in that? You know, bullets don't have no name on it. You know what I mean? And it always make me think about days like this, like the memorial blowing the trumpets. I get Zephaniah 2 and 1.
So like,
Go ahead.
it's like all the brothers can come back and get a plate. Y'all want a plate? Y'all get a plate now.
Most High in Christ. It's all the brothers. Y'all go ahead and get down, man. Get some food. You know what I mean? Give me Zephaniah 2 and 1. All right. And I got a few more scriptures to go into. Listen, man, this place that we in is holy. Give me the secret place. I saw, you know, the Hebrew Academy joint. This was so heavy about what I just said because days like this is meant to remind us what we went through before we got into America. And it's to remind us the things we went through when we get into the kingdom. Because in the kingdom, it's going to be a lot different, man. It's going to be a lot different. Like, you're going to live to that good old age. And we're going to see a lot of stuff in the kingdom. Say we see a lot of stuff now, but it's going to be good things that we're going to see. You know what I mean? You know how, like I don't know the feeling of beating the slave master. I don't know what that feels like, but I would love to feel it. You know what I mean? I would love the feeling of, you know, what it feels like to inherit something. Like, I never inherited anything. Most people, we might inherit something from a family member, but it still come with a burden. Somebody can still take that from you. You don't pay your property tax. Somebody can take your house. You don't pay the mortgage. Somebody can take it. Most things that we inherit is a burden onto us because we might not have it like that. But we don't know what it feels like to get what the Lord has for us, man. Like,
The Lord said we can't even imagine some of the things that we're gonna get in the kingdom. And I got a wild imagination, brother. So I can imagine a lot of different things, you know what I mean? But I can't exactly imagine what it feels like to be free. Like the feeling of freedom that we get comes from the ISUPK, man.
Right.
Like how does it feel to be how people say it on the other side of the gun? And I ain't talking about the side with somebody shooting at you. I'm talking about the side with the gun in your hand. Like you know what type of state you gotta be in to want to kill somebody, man. Everybody talks about how they could kill somebody, but you know what type of mindset you gotta be in to do that, man. You know, as women, there's a lot of women in prison ain't coming home because they killed their husbands, man.
Right.
Or killed their husband's side chick. Like, you got to be in a bad place, man. And one thing that'll motivate you to get there, that'll put you in that place, is the anger that you got towards that person. There's only one thing that's going to stop that, and that's brotherhood and sisterhood.
Right.
And this is one thing about this day that we all got to remember, is that we struggled together and that we are hated together. Give me Zephaniah 2:1.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired.
And here's the biggest thing about this scripture. We the nation that's not desired. When we dwelled in booths, when we dwelled in tents, that's because we was hated, man. Like nobody really cared about us. Nobody gave a damn, man. Listen, they put out a decree to kill all the babies.
Right.
Man, like all the males. Like would none of us be up here, man.
Right.
Like we be gone. And they got that same decree in America. It's called abortion.
Right.
Like that same thing. You know how I feel, man. Listen. People be telling us some horror stories, man.
Right.
I heard many horror stories. Some sister told me that a brother that she was married to, that she did not want to be married to, but she didn't know what to do because the brother was raping her. Got her pregnant, then made her get an abortion. Then the man that helped her out of that situation got her pregnant, and then he made her get an abortion. I said, dang. And she, had the first baby by the rapist and fell in love with the second cat, and he made her kill the baby. So she had one baby, then had an abortion from the next one, and then the other cat made her get another abortion. So it's crazy, man. Like we live in some horror stories, and the things that we do to each other out of anger and out of hatred, we forget this one scripture right here. Give me read it again. After it says gather together.
O nation not desired.
Oh what?
O nation not desired.
Oh nation not desired. We the people that nobody loves, man. We the people that nobody cares about. We are the proverb and we are the byword of America, man. Go ahead.
So like if any sister wanted to get their food, they can get it now. The food is ready for you. Sorry.
The water. And y'all sisters go ahead and get down, man. And here's the biggest thing. In order for us not to feel that hatred towards each other, because we can piss each other off real good too. You know how to get on each other's nerves real good.
Right.
In order for us not to feel that feeling that we feel every day in America, we gotta remember that we all hate it together, man. Right. That you can't call the cops on somebody, because the cops will kill both of y'all.
Right.
They who's to say they won't? They will kill each and every one of us, man.
Right.
Give me the scripture that you got, Astawat, because there's only one thing stopping us from being that victim. There's only one thing that's stopping us from being the next news story, man. Go ahead, Malaki, you wanted to bring something up?
Yeah, time check 8:35.
8:35. We still got more people to bring up.
Try to breeze through it.
All right, okay, Khan. So we still in the Hebrew. All right, this is the last precept. So give me that one real quick.
Say something real quick.
Go ahead, Astawat.
If I could, real quick, you know what I'm saying? What's so heavy about what he bringing out?
Yeah, I'll take it.
And what's so heavy about what he bringing out, and like just thinking about what like Christ set up, you know what I'm saying, and the men above us, the generals, man, from Abba Bivens on down, man. We able to live in this same world where, you know what I'm saying, 2 cars behind you, somebody probably getting killed or put in critical condition, man. Our children getting shot. you know what I'm saying, with AK-47s, you know what I'm saying, all types of madness happening in this city, man. And you just find a place where people, you just find a place where people that you don't even know, man, have genuine love for you just because you're their people, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like he said with the sister, she thought she met a better brother, and then that brother did the same thing the other brother did. You know what I'm saying? He just was a little nicer. Well, you meet a brother, and the brother's sitting there talking to you, and know you don't know what you need to know, and has the ability to take advantage of you, and don't do it, man. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? And just keep it real with you and tell you like this is what it is. This is what type of life I'm living. This is what we going through. This is the truth, man. You understand what I'm saying? And then like just being able to make a place like that, man, like the scripture finna bring out, man, like that's so important, man. We all like gotta appreciate and just be thankful for that, man. You understand what I'm saying? And keep praying that our brothers and sisters come in here, man. You know what I'm saying? The more of us that come in here, man, that's the Lord, man. That's the Lord's increase, man. That's all I have to say.
Sign Christ. Let's get into the Hebrew. Where we at, Ibad, Salaki, y'all. Oh yeah, Salaki, can we read this one precept?
The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 1. It said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
So if you in the ISUPK, man, you in the secret place of the Lord. We in the shadow of the Almighty. Man, that council department, brother, let me tell you something. I save brothers and sisters' lives, man. Brothers, man, listen, you probably be ready to go do some crazy stuff, man. Some worldly stuff. You get that counsel or you get that checking. And nobody, it's the other biggest part about Israel. Nobody looks at getting checked as counsel. That is. Because if you don't get it, listen, nobody looked at a butt whooping as counsel, did they? But I see you went and graduated from college. You know what I mean? You got enough of them. Some brothers needed more whoopings. They in the penitentiary. Right. They need a few more butt whoopings, man. They got spared a little bit too much. But that's counsel. And it's needed, man. Because without it, we won't have no love for each other. We won't do nothing for each other, man. You know how easy it is to say, nah, I'm broke, brother. Can't do it. Know how easy that is. We always take the easy way out in America, man. Just leave your wife. She getting on your nerves. Just roll out the hell with it. More women out here anyway. Leave your husband. Women know they look good. They know every man. I be asking sisters this. I said, sis, let me be real with you. How many men talk to you a day, literally? Man, the numbers I be getting be crazy, like 25. I'm like, dang, like 25 people a day. I can imagine you walk down the street. There's like 10 brothers on each block. All of them going to say something to you. So can you imagine that? It's so easy to just to be like, you know, I'm getting me a new man. I'm out. I do bad all by myself. That's crazy, man. The things that we have in our minds and how easy it is for us to not care about each other. This high holy day right here is needed. Especially because when we get high-minded, we get proud, man, you can't tell us nothing. Right. You get something, man, listen, you get rich, it's over. That's why I say a rich man can't enter into the kingdom. Sloggy, so you want to kind of one concept. With that being said, let's get into the Hebrew. Where we at, Malak?
Verse 29.
Verse 29. We got a ways to go. All right. It's on me, right? I'll take it from verse 29. 29 to 35. All right. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 29. Go ahead.
After this, I believe this is the one where the Feast of Tabernacles.
All right. So after this, we to WAP. Stay in English. All right. Okay. All right. Let me take these off, brother, so I can see. Slocky. Kaya. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29. Kaya. Kal. Hanapash. Ashar la'ah. Tha'aina. Ba'aitazum. Hayawam hazah. Wana karath. Wana kartha. Ma aimaya. Wakal hanapash ashar aisha kal mala'aka ba'aitazum hayawam hazah. Waha akarthia. Hanapash ahawa'a makorab aima. Verse 31. Kal mala'aka la'a the Aishua Kakwath, Iwalum, La Darathyakum, Bakal, Ma Shabbathyakum. Verse 32. Shabbathwan, Hawa'a, Lakal, Wa Ainayathum, Ah, Napastayakum, Batha Shai, La Chadash, Ba'irab, Ma'irab, Irab, Thashabathwa, Shabbath come. Verse 33. Wayadabar Yahweh, Al Masha La Amor, Dabar Al Banya Yasha'ala La Amor, Bachamasha, looks like Bachamasha, Aishar, Yawum, La Chadash, Hashabaya Ayah Hazah, Chag Hasakarwa, Shaba'aith Yamayum La Yahweh. Verse 35, Bayawum Hara'ashwan Makwara Akwadash Kal Mala Akaf Ibada La'atha Aishua. That's it.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 29. It says, for whatsoever soul it shall be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be a Sabbath unto you, a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall you celebrate your Sabbath. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 5th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. On the 1st day shall be a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
That was 35. So if y'all notice, it said Feast of Tabernacles, which is a Sabbath, we shall do no work. All right. So now we got to do the, we staying in the English or what we doing?
If I can bring something outside.
Go ahead.
Right here in Leviticus, it says, like right after we do the Day of Atonement, and it says, whatsoever soul that won't be afflicted shall be cut off from his people. Saying that whoever don't participate in the Day of Atonement as a nation of people, if we don't participate, we're going to get cut off from the nation of our people. And then the feast day that we had right afterwards, we feast for 8 days straight. Like right after the Lord made us fast as a nation, for the next 8 days, the next feast day, at the end of that week, we have a party for 8 days.
Right.
Now imagine if you on the Day of Atonement that then you ate something. You kicked out the congregation and you neglected like 5 days later, you had everybody in there partying, having fun. But you ain't in there because you didn't afflict yourself with our people. Right. And the Lord set it up like that to make us suffer and to reward us greatly right after.
And if I could, let me bring out something else. We all had to suffer together for the Day of Atonement. And then the next high holy day is show you we remember our suffering that we suffered together. And that's so heavy because a lot of times when we have kids, man, sometimes kids get selfish, but they don't want to share nothing. Like, God damn, dog, like, yo, brothers and sisters, y'all want to share nothing. This is mine. I had it first and all that. But you got to tell them, like, it's yours. You know what I mean? With y'all. A lot of families, too, when it comes to death, man, you come to death, people get to rumbling, arguing over who going to do this, who going to sell what, is mine, and that's my daddy. Did y'all see that TikTok post with a girl, her mom died? She was like, a lot of y'all here at this funeral, my mom didn't even like y'all, especially you. Some start pointing them out. That's rough. I said, dang, she said, you better not even say nothing. Casket behind her. She ready to rumble. I mean, but really she just hurt because her mom gone. I mean, and they show up to the funeral. I doubt if they showed up to see if she was dead for real. People always say that I went there to make sure his ass was in the casket. That's what people say, Salaki. But I doubt that, man. Most of the time when somebody die, you be like, damn, that's when you go, that's when all your forgiveness kick in. Because you realize it could be you. But man, families be hurt. We don't want to share nothing. We don't want to take part in anything together. So on the Day of Atonement, we all gotta suffer together. You fasting, that's what help you get through it. At least you ain't the only one that gotta not eat anything. Right. You know what I mean, like we doing this together. Right. And then the next high holy day make you remember everything that we went through together. That's the biggest point.
I can say something.
Go ahead, you got it.
If I could, well, Officer Marab bringing out, it's so heavy that it just set off like a spark in my mind. Because if you think, right, all these laws, statutes, and commandments are meant for us to do towards each other. Like that's what being the truth is, man. You know what I'm saying? Making sure we don't sleep with each other's wives. Making sure you don't, you know what I'm saying? Steal from your brother, rob your brother. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna suffer in Esau kingdom, we gonna suffer in Esau kingdom together instead of trying to leave your damn people, man. Abandon your people, try to opt out, marry the oppressor, marry another nation. You understand what I'm saying? Like the Lord got it set up for where we can treat each other, man, with just like such a good moral compass, man. Such a good value system to where we suffer together.
You want
man.
it, sir?
Man,
It's
like where we suffer together and we prosper together, man. You understand what I'm saying? And that's our problem, man. We so disjointed and not together right now as a people that we can't even come together, but for gatherings as big as this or for the Passover, we gotta be in the truth to be able to come together. The 4th of July gonna get shot up, Memorial Day gonna get shot up. You understand what I'm saying? Downtown this year, the 4th of July got shot up in Center City. 2 cops got shot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what goes on in this place, man. And that's just heavy that the scriptures is bringing out, man. We suffer together, we're gonna do well together, and we're gonna suffer together, man. You understand what I'm saying? When we don't keep the laws as a nation, we go in slavery together, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come out of this situation together by following these laws, statutes, and commandments.
If I could, the car brought out something so heavy. Do y'all know that the Muslim graveyard is full?
Right.
Y'all ain't know that, did you? Shows the type of brotherhood they had. Muhammad al-Din, he killing every damn body. They all taking part in murder.
Right.
Because that's what the Arabs do, man. And selling drugs. And so, what you told me about your pop earlier?
You know, it's crazy. You know, I was telling Officer Marat earlier, man. My father at night, I asked my father one day, you know what I mean, before he passed, may he rise again. My father told me that he had a 1976 gold Camaro in 1976. I said, damn, Dad, how you do that? He said, yeah, you know, I was in the Nation of Islam 30 years old. I said, yeah. He said, and I was selling drugs. I was like, huh?
Hey.
And then he proceeded to tell me 5 years later, that's how he got locked up.
Serving Allah, selling coke, man.
Go hand in hand, sir.
Or selling heroin. Heroin was big back then. I'm about to say that cocaine before that came out, that heroin was it. That's crazy, man. The Muslim graveyard is full because they all killing each other. Oh man, listen, we can't, you know, as a nation, we can't get along. What Martin say? Why can't we all just get along? It ain't that easy sometimes. Sometimes you ready to slap the piss out of people, man. And sometimes people do deserve it. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes people deserve to get their heads smacked off, but that's not exactly the solution.
Right.
What the solution is for us to come together, learn these laws, statutes, and commandments, and serve the Most High God together, man. You know how hurt you gotta be at a funeral and say, my mom ain't like none of y'all. I don't even know why you here, and you better not say nothing. I said, damn, she was serious. She had on her shades, she had her hair done, she was looking nice, but she was ready to rumble. And that's crazy, man, because we really hurt about the things that we've been through in life, man. Let's keep on reading. So remember, one high holy day is suffer. We all suffer together. The next high holy day, we remember everything that we suffered together.
Right.
And the consequence if we don't want to suffer together, man. That's a heavy consequence to not be in the nation, to not be considered an Israelite because you wanted to eat something.
Right.
Because your stomach told you to take a bite. Now your homies ain't your homies no more. Can you imagine the feeling of getting kicked out of school? Just think about it. How would that feel for nobody to ever talk to you again? Only people that you ever trusted in life, halfway anyway. They don't, because most people who get kicked out of school don't trust anybody in the school anyway, which is ridiculous. But halfway that you trust, now you can't trust nobody, and now the only people that would give a damn about you, they ain't even talking to you.
Right.
You don't imagine getting kicked out of school. That gotta be terrible, man. Let's keep going, Salaki. All because you ain't willing to suffer with the people in the school. You know what I mean? Because some scripture you say ain't right. Come on, man. The man in Junior Honda just dropped a whole load of all these tapes on us, man, from back in the day. All crazy different type of prophecies, man. Like, and brothers ain't even willing to come back. Like, I know you see Commander Junior Honda rolling strong. And I know you got to say, all right, well, you know, let me see what it's hitting for. Let me give a war hand. Give Officer a war hand. Back in the day, came back through Captain Zakar, Karaya Allah, all the generals came back through. You know what I mean? General Muhammad, General Mayak stood strong with Commanding General Yohana, man. General Hazayan. It's just, you know, unbelievable. Some of the things that this troop went through. But for the people that was in it to not be willing to suffer with us, they say, all right, we went through whatever we went through, but we still rolling. How about I come back and continue to roll stronger?
Right.
Let's keep going. All right, so let's read in the English. Let's
It's
keep going.
verse 36. It says, 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
Solemn assembly is a holy gathering. We're gonna make some food for the Lord, some good food, and we're gonna get together. It's a holy gathering, a separate gathering, which means if you was kicked out of the nation, you was not there, because this gathering is separate. It's not all love. It's not for everybody. Keep going.
These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offering, everything upon his day, besides the Sabbath of the Lord, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your freewill offerings which ye give unto the Lord. Verse 39, it says, also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
And that's December 17th, the Feast of First Fruits. Go ahead.
And ye shall take you on the...
Salaki, that's the Feast of Dedication. Go ahead. Which one you in? Oh, no, Feast of Dedication is, what you call it? So where we at? This Purim?
I think it's first fruits.
The Feast of First Fruits, right? Go ahead. Oh, we passed the Feast of First Fruits already.
You sure?
Oh, all right, yeah. Oh, no, wait. Go ahead, keep going. Let me see what it says. Say in the 7th day, right? In the 15th day of the 7th month?
Yeah, 39.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 40. And ye shall take you of the first day the boughs of the goodly trees, branches of the palm trees, and the boughs of the thick trees, and the willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. Verse 41. And ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days, and all.
All right, so Salaki, that the 15th day that we just read is the same thing as the Feast of Booths. So this day right here is considered when the harvest, when they talk about the harvest. So this is the same High Holy Day. It's the 15th day of the 7th month. So that's what we in now. That's when we would gather the harvest. Go ahead.
Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days.
Go ahead.
All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths.
There you go. Go ahead.
Verse 43, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
So whenever you see it was the feast of when they said the harvest, is a scripture. Give me a scripture that says harvest in the New Testament, just so we can all know what it's talking about, because that's what it means when it says when they gathered the harvest and all those different things. Where they talk about the disciples and what Christ and them did. This is the high holy day that it's referring to, because it talks about the feast of dedication. There's a few high holy days that Yahweh Shai and them celebrated. Of course, it was separate, the men in the truth. All right, and even though the whole nation was doing it, it was special because these was the men in the truth that was doing it. All right, and doing it the right way. You got it, Malaki? Let me know when y'all got it. You got it? All right. Well, we can skip over it for now because we got to wrap it up anyway. All right, because we got to do the prayers. So with that being said, I Mazim. All right. It's us up here, right? So what do we do now, Malaki? We let you take it. With that, y'all, go ahead. I said, before we give it to us to watch. I poured these pieces. So this is going to conclude the service right here. There you go. Oh, sorry, I give it to him right hand, right? There you go. Right. I think you take it in your left hand or how you do it? Like take it right hand. Your right hand, and then you salute with your left hand. Boom, and then you turn to them and say La Yashala.
La Yashala, which means to Israel.
We could do cap set of prayer. Take a minute.
Majum, which means to stand. Love Pano how we're done. Turn the face to east.
The English. Yep.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka. Ratazaka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ratazah.
Ratazah.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Lethalanaw.
Chum.
Cow.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknanaw.
Wasalaknanaw.
Kabawafanaw.
Kabawafnaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kabawafyanaw.
Kabawafyanaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kabiyaynaw.
Kabiyaynaw.
Wanasaya one.
Wanasaya one.
Abol.
Abol.
Awashaynaw.
Awashaynaw.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Ha'ala.
Wa'ala.
Wakapara.
Wakapara.
So I go. La'awalamia.
La'awalamia.
Amun.
Amen. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debts.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us.
From evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kushah.
Nathalanaw.
Nathalanaw.
Hakah.
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 Larapa'ah.
Larapa'ah.
Kalmakala.
Kalmakala.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Latahor.
Latahor.
Amatazarayim.
Amatazarayim.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Lahakim.
Lahakwi.
Amathiam.
Amathiam.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Arakawa.
Arakawa.
Atama'ala.
Atama'ala.
Lagarshun.
Lagarshun.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Waraman.
Waraman. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah,
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah,
please give us the power,
please give us the power,
the power to heal
to heal
all manner of sickness,
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean
the
spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Barak Lanaw.
Barak Lanaw.
Wayasha Allah.
Wayasha Allah.
Wahabayah.
Wahabayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Wadaman.
Wadaman. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Bless us and Israel
Israel.
and the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Tazapayah.
Tazapayah.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak.
Alawak.
Asarani.
Asarani.
Akwata Zayani.
Akwata Zayani.
Achayayawi.
Achayayawi.
Waha Akwathi.
Waha Akwathi.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Wadaman.
Wadaman. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Alahari.
Alahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Izaria.
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 Ain.
Ain.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Warataza.
Warataza.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Ragauka.
Ragauka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hanala'a.
Hanala'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayishun.
Yayishun.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazauka.
Tazauka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yumyanka.
Yumyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Alayala.
Alayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makarai.
Makarai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Apnapashka.
Apnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazavka.
Tazavka.
Babuaka.
Babuaka.
Maitha.
Maitha.
Wa'aida Walam.
Wide Awalam. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evils.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Dakarash.
Al-Thakarash.
Al-Dashakwat.
Wa-al-Tashakwat.
Al. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awayabika.
Awayabika.
Yahamur.
Yahamah.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Al-Imaka.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Ya'ai Tazawah.
Ya'ai Tazawah.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Manakakira.
Wanakakira.
Magalia.
Yagalia.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shem Yashal.
Shem Yashal.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawai Tazawah.
Nawai Tazawah.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahalia.
Ahalia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashamai.
Wayashamai.
Ahalium.
Ahalayim,
Mawaba,
Mawaba,
Wahagari,
Wahagari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Waimawan,
Waimawan,
Waimalak,
Waimalak,
Palashah,
Palashah,
I'm Yeshabia,
I'm Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Lamashawar,
Yamashwar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Aimam,
Aimam,
Hayawar,
Hayawar,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Abanyalawat,
Banyalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Aishalaham,
Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasayar,
Kasiyah,
Zara'ah,
Sarah,
Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Wayashwan,
Wayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Ba'ayan,
Da'ara,
Da'ara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La Datma,
Datma,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Nadayamawa,
Nadayamawa,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Wakazabah,
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 Wakazazalmanai,
Wakazazalmanai,
Kal Nasiyakamwa,
Kaunasiyakamwa,
Ashur,
Ashur,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarashah,
Nayarashah,
Lanawa,
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 Ah, Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanyaraka,
Panyaraka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Ira Yaira,
Ira Yaira,
Kalaba,
Kalaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Ariyam,
Ariyam,
Khan,
Khan,
Baradapma,
Baradapma,
Wasa Iraka,
Wasa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapafka,
Wapafka,
Wabahalam,
Tabahalum,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Punyahum,
Punyahum,
Walawan,
Walawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahoo,
Yahoo,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahalwa,
Wayabahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wayapaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabagwa,
Wayabagwa,
Wayada'ayu,
Wayada'ayu,
Kayatha,
Kayatha,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahoo,
Yahoo,
Labadka,
Labaka,
Wayawan,
Wayawan,
Al-Karatiza.
Al-Kaharatiza. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The Tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Israelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gabal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also have joined with them.
Asher also has joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished that endure.
which perished and endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make them nobles like
and
Oreb,
like Zeed.
like Zeed.
Yea,
Yea,
are their princes as Abah,
all their princes as Abba,
and as Almunah,
and as Almunah,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of the power
the houses of the power
and possession.
in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like the will,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the sun before the wind,
as the fire burneth for wood,
as the fire burned the wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sir, you turn, sisters, you're shopping, be seated. Men, you can sit. The men of Israel can step up to salute the Torah. Y'all about Shimmy, I was shot Rock Yah. Yeah, his is coming up like this. Yeah, not so. Yeah, I just did it first. Oh, no, I ain't saluted. I ain't saluted. Yeah.
And that would be after all the anointing. Notice something too. If you was to sin against the nation, you could no longer salute the Torah ever again.
Right.
It's heavy, man.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakah. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakah. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakah.
Abba, you saluted? All right. How about Shem Yahshua Barakah? So what's next? The anointing?
Salute. Men of Israel, I Majum. Want to get a brother's one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Majum Shabbat. I Majum. Barak. Yahweh Sorry to the sisters I Majum. Needs to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to get a sister's one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Majum Shabbat. I Majum. Barak.
Yahweh Shabbat, Hashem Yahshua.
Y'all can challenge his hands down. We get a one first.
Oh, the anointing
We
first.
need to like we get over four plays first. If any men want to be anointed, you can step up. Should be in a binder down there. First.
Here we go. Here you go, Malaki. You got a roll. So, where down y'all at? Might be in back. Let's take a look and see who's back there. We got him come up. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Oh, damn.
Oh, okay. Slagi, just the men up here. Yabaraki Yahweh.
Yabaraki Yahweh.
Waya Shamaraka.
Waya Shamaraka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Han Yahweh.
Lon Yahweh.
Auyaka.
Auyaka.
Wayakunka.
Wayakunka.
Yasha Yahweh.
Yashar Yahweh.
Han Yahweh.
Han Yahweh.
Auyaka.
Auyaka.
Wayashumlaka,
Yahshemlaka,
Shalom,
Shalom,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Barak,
Barak,
Rapah,
Rapah,
Magun,
Magun,
Hagun.
Hagun,
Wherever you want to start.
Kanar Yohana.
Kanar Yahana,
Kanar Yohana.
Kanar Yahana,
Kanar Yohana.
Kanar Yahana,
Ariyah.
Ariyah,
Ariyah.
Ariyah,
Ariyah.
Ariyah,
Yedai.
Yedai,
Yedai.
Yedai,
Yedai.
Yedai,
Ibadaya.
Ibadaya,
Ibadaya.
Ibadaya,
Ibadaya.
Ibadaya,
Shabar Zaki.
Shabar Zaki,
Shabar Zaki.
Shabar Zaki,
Shabar Zaki.
Shabar Zaki,
Award.
Award,
Award.
Award,
Award.
Award, Nakar, Nakar, Nakar,
Bakari Allah.
Bakari Allah,
Bakari Allah.
Bakari Allah,
Bakari Allah.
Bakari Allah, Kenny, 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 Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
the water Amon.
the water Amun.
Oh, this is what we said in English. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless, heal, shield, protect. Like the sisters.
If any sister want to be anointed, tell her you doing that stuff.
Oh, all right. I'll do it on this side.
What you think he gonna do? What you think he gonna do?
Oh, he got slow up. He got slow on the floor now. I ain't a frying pan. This low light. I feel like you playing. Why you playing my face? 14.
Oh, man.
Just a little tag.
Boom, boom, clap.
Come on, Ted.
I'm about to bring my
Who
speaker.
got your uncle like that? Let's go.
Bring my speaker. So I can tell you all the real shit. I knew that was coming.
He's so subtle, he ain't even gonna know. It's not even gonna say featuring it. It's gonna be featuring put my name in here.
Our sisters. More for real. I'm saying that's dirt. We're gonna be saying that's dirt.
That's what I'm trying to learn.
Get that shit up on YouTube.
Apple Music, you know what I mean? World TV show, be nice.
Get some honey.
I love to that brother. This flavor like
That's everybody.
Come, not I want to come.
Can't believe all these sisters signed up to be in the court.
All right.
All right. So after me, just a minute up here. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Slagi. Wayashamaraka.
Wayashamaraka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Awyaka.
Awyaka.
Wayakunka.
Wayakunka.
Yasha Yahweh.
Yasha Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Awyaka.
Awyaka.
Wayashumlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Shakara.
Shakara. Shakara. Sawana. 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 Amber. 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 Zariah. 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 Ahawaba. 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 Yadawa. 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 Chantel. 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 Naima. 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 Ratazabah. 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 Rakaya. 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 Tazalaya. 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 Salah. 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 Nalaya. Nalaya. Nalaya.
By Hashem Yahushua.
By Hashem Yahushua.
The water Amun.
The water Amun.
What we just said was Yahweh, bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, the name Yahweh Shah, bless, heal, shield, protect. All right, let's wrap it up. With that being said, man, that concludes the service. All right, we can get down. If I could, real quick. If I could, Salaki, Shemai, if I could, real quick, y'all. Can we get a third priest? Hold on.
I think Yediah, right, please?
Yediah. Come on up here real quick, Yediah. Need you up on the podium real quick. The water. Y'all can hold on real quick. All right. If you got the brothers in the back, come forward to Yediah above Kashaw. Any men in the back, Salaki to the men above us. Salaki to the men above us. Salaki. Everybody can come on. All right. You got it, Malak.
Salak, if I may, if I could, Chantel, could you come up to the front, Bubba Kashaw? Of course, this is well deserved. Some may say it was long overdue, but she definitely earned it. I've seen the growth that she made. She helped me out a lot. You know, she helped the school out a ton. She have a good reputation among our family. I've seen the growth that she made through all of the mental obstacles that we all go through. You know, I've seen her make a tremendous amount of progress. You know, she says that she is influenced by how calm I can stay through inconvenient situations, and I see that a lot in her. I see it a lot in her. And she's been showing a lot of mental strength and watch you cry. Look at you crying. She's been showing a lot of mental strength. You understand? So, with that being said, from this day moving forward, you will no longer be known as whatever you was called in the world, but you will be known as the Washayah, which means sound mind. What was the you written in the word? There we go. Put it in.
Yeah. Sign Christ. Now, who would want to be kicked out of the nation and don't witness stuff like this? Man?
Right.
Come on, man. Hamper. Hey.
The Washayah. And of course, with every Hebrew name is the direction you're progressing in and what you're working towards. And it's an oath between you and the Most High, which can never be broken. Are you willing to accept?
I got to put it back.
That was great. You put it back in there?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, you got it. First one in the book.
First one.
Salaki. In the back.
So we're going to send up the anointing prayer.
Right.
And then you'll say your name 3 times. It's the Washayah. The what, sir? All right, just a minute up here. Repeat after me. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Wayashamarka.
Ya'al Yahweh.
Ya'al Yahweh.
Punyawa.
Punyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Wayachanka.
Wayachanka.
Yasha'al Yahweh.
Yasha'al Yahweh.
Punyawa.
Punyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Agun.
Agun.
The Washayah. The Washayah. The Washayah. Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Wada Aman.
Wada Aman.
Wom Yashua. Wom Yashua. Wom Yashua. Wom Yashua. Wom Yashua.